What's up, guys? Hope you're all doing great. We're going to take a look today at some gear presets. Now, some of yours look great. Some of yours look horrible. Mine is kind of in the middle. They're not very good. They're not horrible, but some are called test. I don't know what that means. I made this weeks ago. I don't know what I was testing. I have no clue. This is preset. I just know this is my fastest gear, but these are pretty funky to say the least. So I'm going to come through here and delete all of these. Now, when you're saving gear presets, don't save global presets to accessories typically, because what's going to happen is you're just going to have tons of global presets for different factions that aren't going to make sense for most factions. Some situations that does make sense, but it's very, very rare that it would actually make sense to save it as a global preset. So what you do instead is when you go to preset manager and you save this, just uncheck the accessories, save it as global, and the accessories won't be moved over there. I just now went through and deleted all my global presets. I had like 24 accessory presets. All of them are useless. But now we're going to go through and basically delete all of these as well. Just have a clean slate. Some of these I do use, but at this point, it's all moved around to different champions. Like I've mixed and matched some builds. Yeah, we have free gear removal, but this, I don't really want to break two champions at the same time to put a few pieces on them. I'd rather have the sets just moved as a whole throughout, whether I'm doing hard mode faction wars, pushing some Curse City, whatever I'm doing. I'd rather it go from champion A to champion B versus taking it from champion A, B, and C, moving it to D, and now all of a sudden I have to go through and re-gear all those other champions. It is free, but it's a lot more of a mental load to be, okay, I gotta put Carnage and Mithrala and Crixia's gear all back on these champions. Now, these two are pretty good. Matter of fact, I may actually go take a look real quick at Mithrala to see what her build actually is. We have some HP percentage gloves, defense percentage, fairly fast, 153, actually 262. So I'll actually go ahead and save this one. That's fine. We'll save this one as fast provoke. I believe it has provoke. I went completely blank on that. But let's say it is 250. 250 speed provoke. We can add accuracy if you want it. Doesn't really matter. So I'm not going to add any accuracy or anything like that to this one because I know in my head that provoke, they will have accuracy. It's not a set I need multiple of. Speaking of, which sets are we going to be building? This one right here is a fast supersonic. So we're going to go two-piece supersonic. And in my head, once again, I know it's going to be fast. I don't need to add the extra information. It's going to be fast. If you're doing supersonic, it's got to be fast. It's going to be two-piece, so I know, okay, I need to have two more accessories. Pretty simple stuff. We're going to go ahead and save this. Later on, I'm going to move these around so I can organize them correctly as well. What presets will I be building today? Well, I want to give a big shout out to this commenter, Sergeant Musics, for giving an actually really good breakdown on different sets that either they used or could be used. Now, I won't be doing all of these necessarily. I'll be doing a bit different ones. So the ones I will be building today, and you guys could build alongside me, is going to be the following. Fastest gear, fastest with accuracy, fast shield, fast provoke, fast hex, bolster, all this stuff. Now, to do that, I'm going to be doing something in the optimizer that a lot of you may or may not want to do. I'm going to sort by locked champions, and I'm going to, actually, you could probably do just all champions and just unlock everybody. Unlock all champions, yes. The reason why I want to do that is because if I'm building the fastest gear, and then I'm building the fastest gear with accuracy, it's going to take from different it's going to take from the same champion probably. So when building this, if you're using the optimizer, you're going to want to unlock all your champions, start to build a champion, and then lock that champion. So in my case, we're going to go to Arbaeus. I'm going to go optimize. We're going to go balanced, stats, number one priority on speed, and then sets, actually no, slots. We're going to turn off ring, amulet, banner, all this stuff. You don't have to use a lot of champions for this. You can just use one. Now, we could move this gear to a different champion. You could put it on whatever you want because the fastest gear is going to be the fastest gear no matter which champion it's actually going to. So you could equip it to a rare champion and save the preset over there, and that would be fine. But for here, we're just going to go to Arbaeus, stats, number one highest, configure, everything's available there. Slots, you don't need to change any of this stuff because there's no reason to. We're not going to be re-rolling these pieces. You could get into the weeds with it and go, okay, well, my glyphs could be a little bit higher. I personally am not going to do that here, but you could. So we're just going to say glyphs are 0. We're not changing any of the glyph stuff. And then, of course, we're not going to have it doing the GPU optimization. We'll just have it like this. Actually, no, we're not doing the remote optimization, which is faster. I'm just going to take it down to 35. It shouldn't be super difficult. These are not going to be like necessarily the top of the top builds all the time. This is on Armand's. This is going to be builds that I switch around pretty frequently. So if it's a little bit off, that's okay. Like my Siegfried, who knows? Who knows how this is actually going to play out? But let's see. We're going to go ahead and throw this on our Arbaeus. Start. It just cleared the search for some reason. We're going to equip in game. So when you select equip in game, you're going to want to have that champion selected. It can sometimes be a bit buggy if you have a different champion selected, but we're going to go to the little download button. We're going to go fastest. I'm going to go speed. Obviously, this is a speed set, the fastest speed set, but the next one's going to be fastest accuracy. Save as a global preset, not as a champion preset. If you have your champion preset already saved, you can go and equip this to her. That's going to be fine. Now, I'm actually going to just lock this champion because I don't want the fastest accuracy being moved over to her later on. So now we're going to go over to Shu Zin. Shu Zin, just because she's another support champion, doesn't really matter. But this time we're going to go, okay, number 1 speed, number 2 accuracy. Now, do you want to go as much accuracy as possible, or are you okay with just going to, say, 500 or 600 accuracy? That is going to make a pretty big difference, because if I select the fastest speed, number 1 priority, and the fastest accuracy, it's going to give different results based on if I put a max on either one of those. Now, if this comes out pretty quickly, nothing should be on Crixia. She's looking for Stone Skin. Let's remove that. Let's go ahead and do a live refresh real quick, and then configure. Let's not include locked champions. You do want to deselect that as well. And then we'll just lock Shu Zin. So Shu Zin, 390, 758. Maybe you don't want 758 on this champion. So it's going to be completely up to you. What I want is I want the accuracy max to be like 650. That's going to be fine because I want it to be really fast. I want it to be really fast, good accuracy. This is probably going to be like in siege situations where I don't really need somebody who is in pinpoint or stone skin. It's not going to be a very common set necessarily, but it's going to be fastest accuracy. There we go. Pretty simple stuff. Save as a global preset. And now we have fastest speed, fastest accuracy right there, not using the same pieces from either groups of champions. Now, with this mixture of gear, I have Nishak, Warlord, Lysandra, Gerptuk, Crixia, all having their gear being stolen from, which is a bit unfortunate if you don't have presets on these champions. What you can do, though, is just double check. Okay, I do use my Nishak. Is he currently having a preset actually saved to him that he's using? No. No, he doesn't actually. For some reason, he doesn't have the preset saved to him, what he's currently equipped with. This is a kind of a weird build. That's why he doesn't have it saved. I do have 2 gear sets for him, so equipping the previous one to Shu Zin is actually going to be fine. So let me go ahead and go to Shu Zin and equip this global preset to her, and then we will go fastest accuracy, bada bing, bada boom. I don't really use these others, and I know some of them do have their presets done, so now I'll equip that. So I'll then lock her over in the Hell Hades Optimizer. We'll clear that, and now let's do a little bit of an easier method here. I have some champions already built, of course, we all do. Go ahead and save their presets. Even if they're not the best possible thing you have in your account, you have some well-built champs, just save those. So for here, we're going to go ahead and do some attack-based nukers. So we already did these 2. Let's go ahead and jump into some stone skin sets. So I'm looking for stone skin sets plus savage or lethal for attack, HP, and defense-based nukers. If they're empowered, keep that in mind. It's not going to be an issue for most players, but for some, for example, if you have a +4 Harima who is not, an extra 10% crit rate over 100%, if you try to move this to a different champion, they're going to be below crit rate. Something to keep in mind. So for me, my Carnage build, he's currently in a 285 speed, Stone Skin Savage build. Now, we go 285. So what I can do here is go 285 minus 21, the speed that his banner is given. I don't have any pinpoint or anything like that, and say 264. Now that I know Carnage's build, just the gear is about 264 speed. Yeah, it's going to be different for some champions depending on what their base speeds actually are, but for him it's 264. I'm going to save it as 264. A for attack-based snooker. We'll go Stone Savage. There we go. 264 speed, attack-based snooker, Stone Skin Savage. Of course, it's just going to be 2 pieces of Stone Skin. I don't have to clarify that because you can't have, well, you could have less. You could have 1 piece Stone Skin, but that would require you having 3 at the bottom row, which is very unlikely for most factions to have. So it's going to save as a global preset. Now, let's go over to a champion who has some really good HP-based nuking gear, which is my Embreeze. My Embreeze currently has a very strong set. Now, Carnage's Relic has no speed over here. Embree's Relic does have speed. So it's 18 speed plus whatever we have over on the banner. So 18 plus 15 is going to be 33. So I need to look at Embree's total speed and see, okay, 308 minus 33 is going to be 275. I'm going to save his build as 275H Stone Savage. There we go. Pretty simple stuff. Save as a global preset. We have this one saved as well. Now, of course, if you use some more frequently than others, move them up higher on the list. Just move preset, go up, go down, whatever you want. And I know these champions are in good builds that I'm going to use a lot. Most of these builds, you're not going to have to go into the optimizer and get it set up. Like, you have good builds already. Just save them here, and you can move them around pretty easily. Some of them you will have to set up specifically for this, though. Like, obviously, the fastest and the fastest accuracy. Maybe you want some different things for that. But maybe Merciless. Let's go to a champion like, not Myrotos because he's +4. We'll go to Tholen, okay? Tholen will be a good example here. Tholen, just because he's a simple champion to throw on 6-piece Merciless to. Now, when I do this, remember, you're not going to be looking for accessories. You could look for about 230 speed. Expect for 20 speed from your banners, typically, plus or minus some, of course. And if you want your speed to be 250, put here 230. So when you put that banner on, the extra 20 gets you to 250. You can decide if you want accuracy or not. Doesn't really matter. Completely up to you. For my case, I'm not going to go any accuracy. Slots, we're not going to select any of these. We're going to go sets. Merciless, it's only going to be the top sets. You could go eventually a 9-piece Merciless with this setup. Of course, you could do a 4-piece build and then have the bottom 2 and the accessories be the finishing touches to the Merciless setup. But Merciless isn't super plentiful, so I'd be a little bit slow to do that. A lot of people struggle with it, and some factions just may not have the extra pieces. But you definitely could if you wanted to. Now, what's going on here? Why does it say we couldn't find that? Sets, Merciless, 6-piece, slots. Oh, because I took off the bottom 3 pieces. Don't do that. Do these pieces. Get rid of those. Now we can search for it. And this will give the best example for attack-based nukers. Now my Tholen, if I click equip in-game here, my screen minimizes and it gets rid of the presets that have popped up, unfortunately. So go to Tholen, equip in-game. I wasn't selecting Tholen. Sometimes if you press equip, it kind of makes things a little bit weird. So what I'll do here, I know these champions already have their stuff saved. 251, a little bit low crit damage, honestly. Not the most exciting thing, but this is just what you're going to get when you don't have, a ton of crit damage gloves and all that kind of good stuff. But I'll save this as, he currently has a banner. We'll equip this. Oh, see? It changed. It switched to Aphtodis. Tholen, did he get the gear put on him? I don't even know. He did. He did get the gear equipped to him. We have this banner. Let's actually just take this off. I don't really need it. Tholen's just a placeholder at the moment anyways. We're locking the champion. I will be doing some live refreshes over on the optimizer because sometimes it doesn't update where the gear is from which champion. If you have your original presets saved for your important teams in-game, it'll be fine. If you mess stuff up, you just go through and make sure everything's correct anyways. So I'll go in here. The speed from this is going to be 239. So 239, 240 doesn't really matter. We'll go 239, 230, 239, attack 6, Merciless. There we go. No accuracy necessarily. We don't need to add that information. We'll go to save as a global preset. 239, attack based, 6, Merciless. Now, since he's locked, we're now going to refresh this. We're going to go champions. I'm going to go Taras just because he's a champion I can think of off the top of my head. And we're going to go sets, 6-piece Merciless. He's already been in this build before. We're going to remove these just because he's an HP-based nuker. it'll be relatively easy to get a preset set up for him, move it around, all that kind of stuff. And then here, I'm going to open raid back up. We're going to go to Taras. I'm going to go there, open that up, 272. We're going to equip in game. Hopefully it's not taking stuff from people it's not supposed to be, which it is because the wrong things were selected. Haha, there we go. Now we go ahead and equip the champion, see what's going on here. Taras, Rotos, there we go, that's fine. So get rid of that, come over here to Taras, equip in game, and then now we're in a good spot. We equip this. He is not empowered or anything. He does have a 6-star blessing, which we will have to remove some speed from that. So it's going to be 15 speed from there. So 15 speed minus 16 speed. So 15 plus 16, what, 31? Is going to be a total of 271 minus 31 is going to be 240 speed. So now Taras is in a 240 speed. Ah, we got tricked. We got tricked there. I got carried away. So what I need to do is 230. That's going to be plenty speed for most areas. This is not for like clan siege optimization. If you wanted to do that, great. This is more so for quick swaps, maybe for your Hydra, Chimera. I'm not even sure if I'll use a 6-piece HP Merciless setup, to be honest. This is probably just not even worth it. But I do have this ring equipped, which is making that 6-piece set pop up with the accessories are not done. It's including the Merciless ring, basically. So it's only putting 5 Merciless pieces total. So this, for me, isn't going to be super valuable. And I'm not for sure if I even save this. I don't see myself ever using it. We got 50 of them. So maybe I do. Sure. Why not? Why not? It's going to be... Wait, no. Minus 31 speed is going to be quite a bit less. So we have... What is it? 2 something minus 31. So you may even want to take off some of like your pieces down here. Like remove this so that whenever I do equip this, it won't be super weird. Like 236 minus 15. We're looking at 221 speed. I guess not too bad. Let's go 221 H 6 Merciless. Of course, this is just, you know, general champion upkeep, more or less. Not for, hey, this is going to be your best of best builds, because a lot of these factions you probably have 4-piece Merciless plus 2 pieces of accessories and finish out your damage dealing sets around that. So of course, I do need to equip this. I have his other presets saved over in this section anyway, so it's pretty easy to take care of that. But we're now going to go to a defense champion, Ragash, a baseline Ragash, or at least a non+4 Ragash, and we will open up Taras. We'll lock him, champions, Ragash, +3. We'll go optimize. Actually, before we do that, let's remove the banner. And then we'll remove this. Removing all the accessories is probably just the best idea, honestly. We'll make sure he's currently saved with this preset because this gear is probably being used. He is basically saved. That's fine. And then we'll go damage, slots, remove the bottom ones here. We're going to go stats, 230, sets, add set, Merciless. I'll be kind of surprised if I can get a 6-piece Merciless in these 3 sets, honestly. But it'd be cool if it works. Now these, like I said, these are going to be my lesser used sets. So when I equip these in game, 207. So after we add the banner, it'd be like 220, somewhere around there. That's not hitting the stats that I asked for, is it? Glyphs. Okay, yeah. Oh, maybe it was including his banner on him. I bet that's what happened. So now we have to, let's redo this real quick. I bet you the banner was still in the equation. 231. Here we go. Yeah, now we're looking much better. So we'll equip this. I have the presets on all these champions already saved. Decent defense. Rings and accessories will boost us up even more. So this will be preset manager, save. What is this? What was that? How was I saving this? I just completely forgot. Okay, what was I doing with the other presets? How was I naming these? Okay, speed, then the type, then the set amount, and then the name of the set. Okay, cool. So this is going to be 2. Okay, he's got no... Oh, he does have a little bit extra speed empowerment. I forgot from this. So he has 10 extra speed. So this is a 221 speed build. So 221 once again. 221. defense, 6 Merciless. And there we go. Save as a global preset. Now we have all the Mercilesses set together. Now, let's go in here and build some... Actually, let's lock the Regash over in the optimizer so he's not getting taken from, which he won't be for these. Let's go to Duchess. Duchess is going to be, oh, +4. Can't do that. Not going to be a problem for majority of players, but for some, it's going to be an issue. We'll just do this Pythion. +1. The build for Pythion, these are going to be a bit more common builds, which is going to be things like Bolster plus Stone Skin. Eventually, we're going to do stun sets, which are going to be some of your most swapped, which I will add towards the top. The things I'm going to move around a lot, I'm going to add towards the top. Things that I'm not going to use so often, I'll add more so towards the bottom. So for this, Bolster plus Stone Skin, I know it's going on a support champion. I'm going to say 260 speed. After the banner, it'll push him like 270, 280. I may even go 280 speed, but I want this to be fast, and I want this to be a good set to have. It's going to be Bolster. I could do Bolster alone. I could do Bolster plus Stone Skin, Bolster plus Feral, because different ones have different uses. If you know your Feral is good and you need these champions for like Faction Wars hard mode, Bolster plus Feral is a very solid set to go, but it's going to be Bolster plus 2 pieces of Feral or 2 pieces of Stone Skin, not the 4-piece Stone Skin and then 4 pieces Bolster, because you're not doing the accessories. Remember that. We're going to go change goal to survival mode, and then we're going to go stats 260. Okay, it's good. 100% crit rate. We do not need that. For the sets, for me, I think I'm going to go Stone Skin. Stone Skin 2-piece plus Bolster. We're going to configure it. Equipped artifacts included, but not champions that are locked. There's no gear on him currently. There will be slight variances in the speeds that you have, just purely based on your masteries and all that kind of stuff. So here we go. This is going to be a very strong Bolster. This is going to be like for Faction Wars and stuff, because this chest plate alone is a quad roll speed. I don't really want this going everywhere, but if you really want to push your Faction Wars and things, this is going to be good stuff to move over, because it's going to be some of your best stuff, your best gear, just flat out. So this will be Necrit, Cardiel, and Gallius. I'm probably going to have to look back on this video and see what all champions I stole stuff from. But before I do that, let me make sure my Gallius, who I just rebuilt, actually has his preset saved. There's a lot of stuff you can do with presets. Gallius, big. Save as champion preset. We'll get rid of these two. I don't really need them, because this new one's what I've really been liking. So that's good. We're going to go back over to Pythion, and then we're going to drop into him. Open up the other tab, equipping game, bada bing, bada boom. And we're at 269. He's +1, so no extra speed. So it's going to be 269 HP. Doesn't really need to be H for HP or whatever, because you know it's going to be support. Which is going to be Bolster Stone. It's going to be plenty. Bolster 2. Oh, no. Let's see. 2 SS. 2 Stone Skin. Pretty simple. I can understand it. Most important thing is, if you can understand it and actually remember it in the future, like 3 weeks from now, you can look back and say, okay, I know what this is. That's going to be perfect. You don't have to have it, 100% perfectly legible for everybody looking at it, because it is you ultimately. But it is easy to forget some of these things. This is going to be one that I use more frequently. It's probably best to build these sooner, because you have to move it pretty far. But we're going to take this here, save it there, we're going to be fine. The stun sets are what I want to do next. Now, I don't need to move this here. I don't see it being a problem yet, honestly. So we'll leave that there. It's going to be fine. The only potential issue is on a fast Stone Skin set, which I don't know if I'll have a ton of use for that anyways. A fast shield set with no Stone Skin, probably. I can have use for that. But I do already have a champion in that as well, which is not Oella. It is not Wixwell either. Is it? Maybe? No? Lydia? I think Lydia is in it. It's going to be fast shield set. So we'll actually just save this as my... It's 311 minus, what, 10 or 15 from the blessing? Is it, okay, so 15. 15 minus from the blessing plus no empowerments, the banner, so 15. 17 plus 4. Why can't I not do this? Plus 15. 36, 311 minus 36, 275. That's fine. We're going to go 275 shield prot. Shield 2 prot. So shield set, 2 protection. Pretty simple stuff. Move this over. This is actually going to be one that would possibly get moved around. We'll do some feral builds as well as some stun sets. Those are going to be very common ones as well. This is not going to be as common as the bolster one, and I may end up moving these around a little bit as well, but it is going to be one that I possibly switch around from champions in the future for my Wixwell and Titus setups. Let's go to Lydia. We're already here. Let's do a fast 9-piece feral build for her. We're going to lock this Python. Actually, no, I didn't even move anything to him, so it doesn't matter. We're going to go Lydia. We haven't bothered any feral gear yet. Go sets, feral. We're going to go 6 pieces of feral. We're going to go and actually remove her pieces down here at the bottom. Make sure she does have the presets that she's wearing currently set up correctly. So Chimera, good. Chimera, good. It shows her picture on all of these. Perfect. We're going to remove the banner, the necklace. My monitor says it's about to restart. No, I can't restart my monitor right now. You guys didn't see that, but it's just popping up. Hey, we want to restart your monitor. No. Did I sell those or did I disequip them? Please tell me I was... Okay. Whew. I got worried for a second that I was selling all my accessories there. All right. 6-piece feral. We're going to go stats. How fast could I make it? Just as fast as possible. Now, not all the time you're going to want your feral to be as fast as possible, but I'd say a lot of times you're probably going to want it pretty fast. Let's go fast. Actually, no. Let's do 350 speed. I think is probably pretty acceptable for feral. Like you're going to want it fast, and you're going to want to apply your debuffs. So honestly, 500 plus accuracy is, there we go, 731 accuracy. That may be a bit overkill, honestly. All right, so for Lydia, I'm turning off the slots. We're going to go to configure, allow equipped. We're going to stats, 350 speed, as much accuracy as possible, and then optimize. Now, I have no banner, so whatever accuracy is shown, I can add an extra 100 and something to it. 657, why is it putting, okay, I got to do live refresh now. This is actually an appropriate build. It's actually fine. Whatever accuracy number it's about to show is going to be okay. What's going on here? I guess it's wanting only a specific accuracy number. Like I say number 2 priority, but it's saying like, yeah, no, we need some more stuff here. So what I'll do, what can I do? 350, let's take it down to 3, let's do 320 because your banner is probably going to have that 20 speed or so. This is good. We'll equip in game. That's what was happening. It wasn't able to find fast enough stuff, which is okay. We'll equip this to her. And then we'll save this as fast. So 296 minus 15, which is going to be... Wait, that's 296. Why is it... Is it saying her boots should be switched to... No? It's got glyphs going on? It's got 4 speed on the glyphs. A tricky, tricky thing. But that's going to be just where it's at, I guess. You got to make sure you haven't moved stuff around in the optimizer. It made things look a little bit weird. So now... This is 321. We're going to equip in game. It's going to be a little bit different this time. This is 309. So now we got 309 minus 15 is 294. This is going to be 294, 6 feral accuracy. Let's go. We'll just do accuracy because I'll know that it's got a lot of accuracy. I'll know that it's going to need accuracy. It's a pretty simple thing. We're going to go down here. We'll go 6 feral. Obviously, I know, hey, if I put this on somebody, I'm going to have the other 3 pieces to make it a 9-piece. I could have titled it a 9-piece. That's really up to you guys. I'm just titling it based on this because obviously I don't know if the champion's going to have 9 pieces or not. Now, if you wanted to take this to a next level, you could even go and now that we saved that on Lydia, we could remove this if you consider, hey, I'm probably not going to be using these 2 champions in the same setup or at the same time. You could go 4-piece feral plus stone skin for like bomb champion builds. Personally, I'm not going to do that because sometimes just a few speed makes a big difference. And depending on the champion's faction, like for PvP, I don't think presets outside of like Siege are as beneficial. Because, for example, maybe your Marichka, you have a quad roll speed banner, but for your Python, you don't have a quad roll speed banner. You're going to have to get a lot better artifacts than you would on Marichka, who could have much slower artifacts, just as an example. So for PvP, I think you're going to have to dive in and do a bit more fine tuning. But for PvE content, it's going to be the main area where you're really trying to push this stuff. Now, I do know that I have some stun sets already made up. This one in particular is on a Deliana +1 no blessing. She is fairly fast, but I kind of want her faster. So let's go to my other champion with a stun set, Sinesha. She has a 16 speed banner there, 249. I don't really like that too much. So let's go lock this Lydia. We'll go champions. We'll go Sinesha. She's +4. It's not too bad for an epic champion. That's going to be pretty common for the stun set in particular. I'm going to go balanced sets. We're going to go stun. And then I'm going to have obviously a 4-piece set. We'll go stats, speed be number 1, accuracy number 2, max accuracy is 500, minimum speed is going to be let's go 250, because when I take these accessories off, we're going to have storage is full. Okay, well, it won't be, it will be full for a little bit longer, but when I do the cleanse, it won't be full too much longer. I'm not going to sell that. Come on now. A rank and rarity, 5-star. Get rid of some of this chronophage stuff that I'm picking up. There we go. We're going to take off those pieces, throw them away. Not throw these away, but remove these. I don't want it to give me a skewed result. Pinpoint will boost the speed a bit. Do a live refresh. Slots. I'm getting a hang of this now. Getting the hang of it. Go there. Looking good. Sets, stun, nice. Start. Here we go. Now, you could build this with damage as well. 331. Dang. Okay, that's a really, really fast build. This is on a champion who's locked currently. Should be. No, I guess I didn't move it, did I? There's a Python piece. Marichka's weapon, I don't really need to do that. So let's go ahead and start that again. What the heck? Did it freeze up on me? Resume. Pause. Resume. Resume. Pause. It doesn't have to be that crazy fast. It just needs to be kind of fast, you know? Sorting artifacts. Here we go. 330. Here we go. Equip in game. Is this... Okay, that's not going to be on my fastest champion build. Though, actually, Crixia is in a build with a preset that I don't necessarily want to remove. So, I'm gonna drop that. I'm trying to get back to this screen. Just do 37 builds. It's fine. And what I could do is also just move... Wait, is it saying... Not 100% crit rate. It's just what's happening. 329. Pretty low accuracy, though. I want to get stats. Let's go 300 minimum. We'll go 600 maximum. And then we'll go 3 for HP. Actually, 4 for HP. 5 for defense. Just adding quite a bit of stuff, but I do want the champions to be able to survive as well, of course. 319, equipping game. This is good. This is a good setup here. I like this one. We'll go ahead and equip this to her. 319 speed minus the speed that... Actually, she gets no speed. It's a really fast stun set. Dang. So, preset manager. 319 stun. 301 ACC. So, no banner. That's actually a crazy good stun set, to be honest. Very good stun set. I'm happy with this one. Save as a global preset. This chest plate, what do I have? What's going on with this? I didn't save her accessory just now, did I? No, I didn't. So far, so good. Is this a flat HP chest plate? No, it's a flat it's an accuracy. Of course it's flat. That's the only thing accuracy chest plates can be is flat. So now, let's take this Sinesha and save her build. Do a live refresh. And then we'll go to Skull Crown, who I think actually know it's going to be a little bit slower because she is +4. So it's not going to be 319. It's going to be 319 minus 10, so 309. Like I said, the exact speed may not really matter that much because the masteries, the base speed, it's going to change, but this gives you an idea. It gives you like a rough estimate of what you're looking at when you're just quickly looking at your presets. Okay, is this going fast? Is it 250, 200? Whatever your speed, whatever is fast for you is what you'll be setting these things to, is what you're going to be looking for. And this is going to be a very commonly used preset here. Let's move preset. Get this one up towards the top. Because these are faction war stuff here. Super annoying conditions. Gonna move them around based on how much I use them in the future anyways. Next champion though, let's go to Skull Crown. And get her something on. Now, this Skull Crown's +4 with a 6-star blessing. I'd rather just... Actually, let's just go to another Senesha. That'll be fine. Senesha, the level 1. Doesn't matter what level they are. Just do champion and maximum level. That's fine. We'll go optimize. Balanced mode again. Stats. Speed. Number 1, we'll go to 70. So no, let's go 250 this time. 250 is fine. We'll go configure, include equipped, sets, stun. I am going to be getting kind of low on the stun sets. Stats. We'll go with number 3 priority, and then 2, 4. No particular rhyme or reason for why I did 3 and 4 where I did, but that's just where I threw it. Let's go ahead and unpause it. See what we got going on here. Looking pretty good. None of these champions I have a particular build for or use for, and they're not going to be stolen from that really matters. This is going to be a much more tanky version of it. Let's see what else it brings up. 8%, that's fine. We'll just go ahead and throw this on her. Senesha can't be in a vault. What? You're trolling me. She is not in a vault. I guess the other one that they're looking at is in a vault, so which champion is that? Let's go find the Seneshas. There we go. That's the vault one right there. That's, oh man, 20 million silver? I ain't got that. I got to feed some champions to do this? We're just trying to do a few rebuilds here, or a few preset saves. I got to clear out space. Who would have thought? So I could have moved the Senesha, but then I'd have to wait for the optimizer to do the build some more. To collection. Very, very nice. We'll go back, resume, see what the best build is now. This will be plenty. It's fine. It doesn't have to be 100% min-maxed. No banner. I didn't select no banner. It's a tricky thing. Always select those 3 things. Turn them off. Just turn them off. We're going to stop, clear, and do this. Here we go. Much faster. Much faster with no options for accessories. It went way quicker. Artifacts equipped successfully. Using some from champions who I don't use in many areas, but get used a little bit. So this will be 264. Actually, no, it's going to be a bit more than that because she's max level. So 271. 271. Tanky. We'll go stun. Tanky. It does still have some accuracy built into it at 215. And then a bit more once you get 215 ace. No, I can't do that. So we'll go ahead and save this as a global preset. So right there, we built 14 presets out. Let me go ahead and manage this, move preset. It's not going from one champion though, which I don't really like. I really wish it could just all go from one champion. Same thing here. So I don't really like that at all, actually. I don't like the idea of breaking a bunch of champions, and it happened with these last 2 builds. So maybe what I do instead here is I don't include equipped artifacts at all. Let's try that out because it's just not what I really want to be happening. We'll do this. We'll equip this to her. This is 244 speed. It'll be a bit more when she's fully maxed out. It'll be 251 at max. 251 tanky. Much better. Much better. So 251 stun tanky. Easy. Simple stuff. Now, we'll delete this preset. Manage move. That was a big thing I said since the beginning is I don't want to have to move a preset around a ton. So this bolster one is going to be one that's going to be a little bit interesting as well, probably. I'll have to check that real quick. So Cardiel, manage. Let's go to... All right. With this, actually... It's already getting kind of weird. We're kind of overlapping things at this point. With the bolster set, what I'll do is I will delete this bolster set. We'll delete this one. And then I will just build this Senesha. Actually, no. Let's just go to Cardiel. That'll be the easiest way. Since I do want it to be with 2 pieces of stone skin as well. I'll just do this, speed, and then I'll be breaking. I might be breaking another champion, but there's really no way to know for sure. Since this is not a build that I typically use, it's hard to say one way or the other. It's going to be the chest plate and the gloves. If I can get these, here we go. A flat defense chest plate, not typically going to be used. Flat attack gloves. Not really sure why I have those, but this makes for a kind of a low HP bolster set, to be honest. Let's see. Do I got an HP percentage here? That'll be helpful. Doesn't even need speed. This one's pretty good though. I do want it to have some HP. It's a bolster set after all, right? So I do want that to be the case. 23 speed drops. Don't love that, but let's take this up to 16. This will be part of the kit. Take this up. So it's going to be... He's already in the gear that he has, right? Okay, no. So I will save this. Actually, no. What banner does he have on? I can check that by going here. Equipped. The banner is... Oh, okay. A pretty big banner. So 28 plus 5 and 254 minus 33. He's not a 6-star blessing. So 221. 221 bolster stone. There we go. Not too bad. Not too bad. Actually, no, it's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be 211 basically because of the pinpoint. So 211 bolster stone. Not the fastest, definitely not, but it'll do for now. I'll leave it there. It's okay. Not a huge deal. We do have the preset made for the global preset over here. I just don't want to have to be... I don't want to be messing up my builds, moving stuff around a lot. That's not the goal. And if I'm breaking a lot of champions when I'm moving things, it's a good chance I'm just going to mess my stuff up. Bolster plus stone skin is not something I have on a lot of champs, though I could put it on my Necrit. That is definitely something I could do. I don't think he's currently in bolster plus stone skin, but there... Oh, maybe he should be. There's no reason for him to not be, actually. Let's go priority set speed here, and he could literally just be chilling in this all the time. So we'll go equipped. Actually, there's nothing that's going to be equipped on anybody. HP percentage. Harima. I have her in a weird build at the moment, so we'll just pretend that. We'll just imagine that's not a big deal. Okay, here we go. This guy. Do I have a pair of gloves that are pretty fast and bolster with speed? Not really. Bolster champions don't need the most speed necessarily, but I do like them to be fairly fast. If I threw this on him, it'd be 15 speed down. Oh, because he has a different setup down there. The cardio one's fine for now. I'll leave it as it is. Maybe eventually I build a champion in bolster plus stone skin that I like. I just keep it there. But for now, I think this is a pretty decent start. This is obviously a +4 feral plus savage nuker. But what do I have? So I have the HP stone skin nuker. I need to get some just savage nuker. Just savage, maybe plus cruel. Just some fast nuker common stuff for different areas. We have the savage stuff here. Savage attack, savage HP. We don't have any savage defense though, do I? So savage defense based nuker is going to be my Gallius. It's going to be 302 minus 27. So 302 minus 27, 275. So preset manager, save, 275 defense, savage. Is that how I was saving them? Let's see. Stone savage. Okay, so stone. Rename. Let's go change that. The stone savage. The stone skin savage defense nuker build. Nice. So we have attack HP. Let's go attack defense HP. All pretty close in the same speeds. Very nice. Then we have Merciless. And then ideally, I have defense-based nukers, which actually my Ragash was already in that, wasn't he? Before, that's what he was in. So this is going to be his original preset right here, which is 203, kind of slow. He had a different weapon on, though, before. So let's see if I was to throw this on. Priority stats, crit rate, decent defense there. So defense percentage chest plate, that's pretty good. We'll go crit rate with the stone skin. Or sorry, the savage. Wait, no. Okay, yeah, no, it's fine. We can lose some. This will be good. There we go. So this will be Would you like to overwrite existing preset or save as a new preset? Let's do this one. Now we'll go ahead and save this as, what is it? 208 minus, does he have some empowerment to him? I think he had a little bit, right? He has a +3. Okay, so he's going to actually have a decent chunk of speed loss. So 198. It'd be 198 speed, which is not that good to be honest, but we'll have, it'll be like 230 afterwards. So as just a general defense nuker build for Curse City, whatever, it'll be 198. Actually, I really don't like that. I really don't like that speed, especially not with different gloves. Seems low. Oh, it's because these boots are defense percentage boots. That makes sense. If I could get these swapped over to speed, that'd be pretty cool. Maybe speed, there we go. That made it much more palatable, basically. So now we're at 220 minus 10, so 210. So 210, 210, D Savage. Pretty simple. There's a little bit of accuracy, probably mostly from his blessing and his empowerment. So 220 defense-based Savage gear. Of course, it's the damage. That's not really what we're worried about here. Some attack-based nukers that are in Savage, but not Stone Skin. Who would it be? This is an HP-based nuker, but he's a +4, so it's not really going to be relevant here. A +4 Harima, who's not over crit cap. She's obviously in defense Savage gear. I could build the different presets. I'm not really that concerned about this, to be honest. You could do some lethal builds as well. Lethal's definitely a set that I do overlook more often than I should, without a doubt. Maybe I just throw it on to... We don't need to have a ton of presets necessarily, because that's something you could get carried away with. 50 presets, that could be a lot. It could definitely be a lot. I would like to have an attack-based nuker and an HP-based nuker in Savage alone, though. Savage plus Cruel could be worth it. It's up to you if you want to spend the time to go through and do that, because a lot of your champions, they really should just be built most of the time. Here we go, a Lil. This is actually a really good build here in Savage. Plus a pinpoint. It's actually a pretty good pinpoint piece to begin with, so I'll actually just save his. We'll see what his total 276. Do I have a preset already saved for him? This is main Lil, save, and then we'll just drop his accessories off of him. Remove, remove, remove. What's his speed looking like? 251 minus 15. We're looking at 234. What is it? 251 minus 15. 236. What am I doing here? What in the world? 236. 236, attack, Savage. Pretty simple stuff. Then, for an HP-based champion, there's not a lot that I'd even be using, honestly, that I'd even really want. I mean, I guess Frolney's actually kind of in a decent spot. Let's see. Well, I'm not gonna swap his stuff around. We have Samar Gym Curse in a decent-ish build, 214 speed. No, not really. He's not in that good of a build. Other than Taras, I don't really see myself using an HP-based nuker very often with these Savage builds. So probably, I kind of want to hold off on that, but on the other side of things, she's not an HP-based nuker. She's an attack nuker. But it's actually fine because 238 minus 16 minus was like 25 though. Let's see. Yeah, no, 20. 20. So 20 plus, so 36. So she'll be 202. 202 attack lethal. I would rather get a better lethal preset, I think, before running that one, honestly. And she has +1 as well. Let's see if we have a different champion I could throw this build onto. Attack based. Oh, he was in some Savage stuff. +1. We'll actually try to get him into some things. Speed with crit rate. Speed with crit rate. There we go. A little bit over crit cap. Not a huge deal. 215 minus 12. So 203. 203 with pretty decent crit damage. Save that. So 203. H. Savage. There we go. Got a pretty decent chunk of presets done. This will give you a good idea of, one, how to make them, how you actually use them, Which ones do you use? Which ones do you not use? And should you make some more in certain areas? This is a pretty good organization. Attack, defense, and HP. We have shield set. We have 9-piece, or total basically 9-piece Pharaoh. We have fastest accuracy, fast speed, 2-piece supersonic. We have some bolster plus stone skin, some stun and tanky, stun and accuracy, provoke. Which other ones could we use? Let's take a look at some of these lists. So what I expected to make, these I already did. This I did, this I did, this I did. Fast hex. I did not do fast hex. Fast provoke, fast shield, fast accuracy. We did the 6-piece there. Fast accuracy with Relentless. We could definitely do this. Protection 6-piece with resistance. If you're going to do 6-piece protection, going for decent resistance is a pretty good idea, which I do actually already have that here, which would be on my Airbeus. Not a preset I'm going to make because I don't think I really need to do that. Most of my champions in protection are built for specific areas. Not really an area I need to build them for. Have other things ready for other champions, basically. Based on the other dude's response, we did this, we did this, we did that. Merciless, we did those. Those are going to be common. Relentless, I could see being quite useful. I actually have some Creotans who I believe are in Relentless, and fast Relentless is at that. So we have one there, one here. This is going to be, take them to my collection. This one's going to be 255 minus 15 minus, what was this? Minus 10. It's 15, so 25. 255 minus 25. 230. We'll go 230. This, it may have a little bit of accuracy, but not that much. Actually, it's going to be a little bit less. It's going to be 220 Relentless. Not great, honestly. I don't love that Relentless build, so we're just not even worried about that one. This one is much better. This is 307 minus 17 minus the 10, right? Is that what this was? Yeah, 10. So 27. So 307 minus 27, 280. With not much accuracy, but you can obviously change the banners and get that stuff adjusted. So 280 Relentless. Of course, you could go Relentless plus Merciless. Be a really solid setup as well. Save as global preset. And if you have some nukers in Relentless, I typically don't. But you could, of course, have those running as well. My Mikage is sometimes in Relentless. I'm trying to think of who else I may have in Relentless. Nobody at the moment. Marichka is actually in 4-piece Relentless. This is a good tanky. Her build's unique to her, though. I don't want to take her stuff for like different things. I want to stick to the having one champion locked down for the different areas, basically. And of course, you could do saves for +4 champs and all that kind of stuff, but most of them should be probably built, you know, pretty decent to begin with. We have a lethal set here. Lethal may actually be worth going through and getting some presets set up for. Same thing with Instinct, like really fast nuker gear there. I think I got the main ones done, though. Actually, this Necmo is in a pretty good build. Relentless plus Impulse could actually be very nice, but what I'll do here is I'll just go and I'll actually make a 4-piece Relentless, 4-piece Merciless. Let's do that, because these are good. These are definitely useful. Definitely have their place. We're gonna go a double roll. Actually, this is pretty decent for a support here. We'll take that. And some speed, double roll speed, some accuracy, defense, resistance. That should be plenty fine. Relentless, where are you at? HP. This is pretty good. HP gloves. Relentless isn't something I use that much of, to be honest. We'll do these. These will be 274 minus nothing. So 274 Relentless. The Necmo is +4. So we have, what, 15 speed there? Yeah. So 274 minus 15. 259. Relentless with accuracy. Was this banner even accuracy? It is. Chestplate's not. But it is good. 274. You can get more accuracy pretty easily, though. 274, Relent to Merc. There we go. It's a pretty simple naming scheme there. Obviously have glyph potential as well, some accuracy potential. So this is going to be more of an accuracy setup. I wonder if I can add some more letters to this and make it well, hey, we'll make the A at the end. Actually, let's go this. 274 Relentless to Merciless to me act. Yeah, there we go. Maybe do this. To Merc accuracy. Sure, some very interesting naming schemes here, but it's pretty consistent throughout, so I like that. We'll move this up a little bit. Relentless is probably one you would be using in Faction Wars some, but I don't know. I'll do all this stuff off the video in a different time. I just wanted to get these done and organized and not taking from other champions, most importantly, because you could come through here and have your best builds just, you know, all over and pulling from all kinds of different champions, but that's really, I think, a bad way to do it, because it's going to make you have a worse time than a good time, just how it's going to be. You're going to be pulling champions, builds all the time, everything gets confusing. I'm just going to try to keep these to just one champion swap, and if these start to get funky, I'll try to get them back in the right spot, so on and so forth. But I'm really trying to get my champion builds, now that we have free gear removal, not mixed and matched a ton, and kind of just having my best sets on these specific champions. So obviously make sure if you have builds like, you know, your stun set on a level 1 champion, you're not going to feed this champion. Actually, to prevent myself from doing that, let me go ahead and throw that on somebody who would maybe use it, who has no gear currently. He's not going to use this, but he has no gear currently, and I really don't want my Senesha getting wrecked. So, or my gear getting wrecked from her. There we go. So she's naked now. Good. Because I may just forget about it and be like, oh yeah, I'll just swap this, no problem, and then sell the gear thinking it's just a muled champion, basically. I don't want to do that. So guys, that is setting up quite a bit of presets. Did you need it to be that in depth and that, you know, drawn out? Maybe not, or maybe you enjoyed it. If you did enjoy it, let me know down in the comment section below. Obviously, you can take this and make as many presets as you want, but this, I believe, is a very good start. We got 20 out of 50. We have a very good stockpile. We have attack, defense, HP in Savage, attack, defense, HP in Merciless, attack, defense, HP, Savage plus Stone Skin, all on different champions. So this actually looks like it's being made up pretty well, in my opinion. I really actually like how this is coming along. I may actually throw in some attack, defense, and stuff for lethal set as well. This makes it very easy to gear champions for Faction Wars hard mode if you're pushing those final stages. A curse set. That's what I was forgetting. A curse set. My Venus used to have a curse set. My Krisk, I think, has one now, though. Yes. So this will work out perfectly as well. 181. No blessings. 27 speed. My brain went glitched there for a second. 27. We'll call it 37 speed from the pinpoint. So 275 minus 37. 238. And this is actually pretty fast and tanky curse set. So we'll just save this. Or do I have other champions in curse set? Actually, I do. I have, I think, Deliana in cursed. Yeah. I have a Deliana in cursed that I use for Hydra. And she is in a much faster one. So I can't move her to my collection. What do you mean I can't move her? I got more champions I gotta get rid of? All right. We'll do this now. Here we go. Deliana. Let's try it out this time. Get in my collection. Nice. Preset manager. Put this on her. So this is actually an even better build than I thought. She is a +4. So we have the 15, 26 speed there. 26 speed minus 270 is what it's going to be. So 270 cursed to Merc. There we go. Pretty simple stuff there. Saves a global preset. And now we have this down at the bottom. We'll move preset. Get this up towards the top. And man, this will make life so much easier with moving gear around. As long as you don't get really crazy with your builds, you can really start getting your things organized and just moving the champion builds versus entire builds. or like mismatch builds. And I'm hoping in a few weeks from now, you guys see the gear's actually the same and not getting all messed up and mixed up and all kinds of weirdness. But we'll see, I guess. I guess we'll see if I keep it organized like this or if things get really weird. And of course, the sections are Merciless, Savage, and Stone Skin. Different sections for different builds, all that kind of stuff. Best snookers are in their things. Slow build, I'm not going to save this one. Could save this one if I wanted to. But either way, guys, thank you all very much for watching. If you have any comments, any questions, any concerns, anything else, drop it down below in the comment section. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Is she going to have mixed gear? Yeah. So she's still going to be moving it around, unfortunately. But either way, thank you guys. I'll catch you later.